of course, 9-minute serving. You're going to see that on display here on Featured Court as we take it out there. Clark Marshall, Buddy Hammond, Rahul Murthy, Frederick Hinkle in our second semifinal here at the 2021 National Championship. A huge cut serve by Hinkle right on cue. Push shot, Hinkle's there on defense, and they swing on two. That is a very smart shot.
Just a powerful way to start the game. Actually, I'm getting some insight from Travis Core right in front of us that it actually wasn't on two. He touched it on the way up.
No wonder they got such a good hit on it. And there was that setting that you see from Hinkle. We talked about it before the game. 40 feet off the net, puts it in a spot where Rahul Murthy can put it away. Well, a little jam shot received by the left hand of Hammond, who dives across the net.
That is going to be a point for double clutch. Assistive touch, because Buddy would have cleared the no-hit zone if Hinkle was not in the way there.
Yeah, he almost broke his neck there trying to avoid him.
That did not look very good.
No.
Hammond had a point like that yesterday that went kind of the other way where he slipped, but I love Hinkle. Hinkle, I want to point out, you will see unbelievable sportsmanship, and he is just a Roundnet fan. When I was here yesterday walking around excited, he matched my excitement. He's like, I love this. And he's not just thinking about how am I going to do, he just loves Roundnet.
It's hard not to. It's contagious. If you're here, if you're not here this year and you're watching this right now on your couch in your underwear, you need to get to National Championship next year. There's probably going to be 500 teams swinging with backhands like this that come up off the rim, straight up off the rim.
That was a rim call from Hammond. Of course, they could have played it, but Hinkle agrees, and they will give the point. Let's touch quickly about Buddy Hammond. We're talking about Bai's a longtime player. Buddy Hammond even more so, right, Bryce?
Yeah, I try not to talk about it. This is an unbiased desk here. Oh, great try. Buddy Hammond gets he amped up, and he will do that all day. He is not afraid to tell you exactly how excited he is at the net. But as we were saying, yeah, Buddy Hammond and I started playing in 2012. So we're coming up on a decade of Roundnet. Now, I am washed up and retired. I love being behind the desk now. But it's very cool to see that the love of the game was revitalized with this year's rules because he is such an athletic defensive player. He just learned how to really hit some of these serves this year. A couple of months ago. This is what you'll see out of him a lot. A lot of touches, a lot of being in the right spot between him and Marshall. But Hinkle and Murthy, they do the same exact thing.
They run similar defenses, but instead of Hammond at the net, it is Murthy, and it is Marshall and Hinkle matching on the setting. That one is high.
Yeah, that cut serve goes up and over Marshall, which is hard to do because he's like 9 feet tall.
That is true. With the shoulder height rule, double clutch is at the advantage, so less advantage for the no-hit zone, but a nice advantage.
They will play this. They got a touch on it. Murthy gets to take a big swing, and very smart, and Marshall almost even gave up on it knowing that he was just beat there.
Yeah, that's such a smart shot. Marshall was behind Murthy, so he didn't have the ability to come around, and of course, smartly, Hammond was taking long, so a craftful shot. And we were saying earlier that Murthy's hitting on those has been, I don't want to say subpar, but that has kind of been a semi-X factor, so the fact that they put that away early is huge for them.
Yeah, being able to convert. Oh, there's the first dirty reverse from Murthy.
Just rolled off the hand of Buddy Hammond. There's so much spin that even if your hand's there, it might roll straight off.
Yeah, you see how much spin that has off of the net. Rahul Murthy crossed up on his stance, swings hard.
They love to move fast, this double clutch team. They just want to pound points. The ball straight down your throat. Yeah, serve as fast as you can.
You start getting in a rhythm, you don't want to be thrown off like that because, if you're moving fast, you don't give the defense to figure out what they're doing wrong.
Absolute huge break there by Murthy, giving them that mini break.
Drop shot, you'll see a lot from these guys. Both getting big. Marshall set off the net, and a good pull from Hammond. We got a little bit of conversation here from...
I believe Murthy is saying he was hindered on his... I'm confused.
Yeah,
I thought he was hindered on his hit. I don't know if he's talking about, yeah, he was maybe hindered in his follow-through.
I think that's the conversation that our observers are about to have.
Yeah.
But I will say right now, for those of you watching, stay tuned. Later in this match, we will be giving away a Spikeball Pro set. And later in our finals match and third place game, we will be giving away more Pro sets. So do not go anywhere. We've got some promo codes for you. We also have some Spike Brights, some Spike Buoys. So don't go anywhere if you want some Spike Ball swag in the middle of our semifinals and finals. And an ace there from Frederick Hinkle.
He's coming alive. Of course, we're going to expect to see a lot of these. It's up to Assistive Touch to limit them, but so far they've been way out of reach of Hammond.
Yeah, Hammond and Marshall do pride themselves on their serve receive. It's what keeps them in a lot of these games. Left hand from Marshall puts that very high. This is off the net, looping all the way around is Hinkle, but I know he looks great in those shades, but they don't make you run any faster.
No, and Marshall is one of the
I think I just got rained on.
Yeah, we got a little water on the tent here. This came popping out, so we got thrown out for a sec. Marshall is one of the longest players, so he just takes 2 steps and he can get all the way around. He has massive pull on these shots.
Oh, Hammond tried to hit what looked like a little bit of a reverse cut. It didn't work out this time around, but he'll come up to the service line again. Side-by-side stance. They're having fun out there. Steps out wide right and just drops this on. Big hit on 2 from Hinkle. I would not be surprised if when they left California, they talked about how they booped it on the net so often.
Yep.
Like, what do we do to limit that? Right. Well, don't give them the time to rotate.
Again, so that is the defense of the drop serve is the on 2. That is like 100% how it works, because when you drop it, you're just at the net, hit it quick. That one he thought was high, so they're going to go to observers. We got a quick let's go. But you are absolutely right that the on-2 is the proper defense to the drop shot. And they call high here. But notably, the drop shot was both Marshall and Hammond's most used served in that finals against Double Clutch 2 weeks ago.
Murphy, I think that call, Hammond's joking because that call was more like, I hope it was high. Unfortunately, it gives him an opportunity to hit another reverse cut that aces him anyways.
When he hits that serve, right, like we said, his break percentage is just massive.
Murphy swings hard again. High, even for Marshall. Gonna wipe his hand off and try to hit another one. Goes for a drop that is very short, but it's a great attempt there.
I appreciate the change of pace.
Yeah, Marshall, I've heard a lot of teams talk about wanting to drop Marshall because of how long he is. It's a long way to go to get back to the ground.
Exactly, when you mentioned that, that's exactly what I'd be thinking.
He swings very hard. They may play this. They don't want to. I think they try to do that a lot. Go on to, if the set's very good, they'll swing. If not, Hinkle just says nah. Clark Marshall's second serve. Boops this on. Hinkle's set very good, but pulls this to the right side of Marshall. That is a big hit.
That's what you need to defend against players like Hammond and Marshall. I know Marshall actually was playing with Trippy Lizard, Andrew Card. They talked about how that's their defensive scheme. You give them the shot and then you take it away. So there, Murphy tried and got it around him even when he was taking it away.
Yeah, these guys move around at the net so often, you don't know what shot's open or not open until there's a body there.
Right.
Let's go, buddy. You got this.
79.
Buddy Hammond serving to Frederick Hinkle, who's crouched low, athletic stance. Hinkle jumps to his right, doesn't need to even make a play.
Here you go, Fred.
Probably booping this on, getting the defenders close together. Hinkle's first pass is good. This is a predictable hit. However, doesn't matter when you hit the ball 40 feet in the air.
No. And so I wonder if we'll see them adjust. But truthfully, that was in the crowd. In the last match, they always were ground rule doubles, but that one was just a home run. I don't know how you defend that ever.
Clark Marshall's height, a non-factor when the ball goes that high, that far.
Right, they may have to just meet it at its peak on its way up. Roof it.
Or Murphy. Another reverse to the left hand of Marshall, who jumps over the no-hit zone and pulls this just under Murphy, who was in the right spot there.
Good ball there, Clarky.
Little conversation here. The dive over the net is such a staple with the no-hit zone because it just gives you so many more options back, and very hard to defend.
Tuck Marshall swings hard on his first serve.
Pretty good cut.
Looking to go yet again. Just boops it on. Hinkle set, back at the net. Marshall gets big, but doesn't matter. Very smart shot. A little bit open from Rahul.
And that's the thing we talked about with Rito boys is when your setting is good, there's not much you can do. All of these drops, they're just able to set it right over the net and put it through.
It's something you will see a lot of from Hinkle. Massive cut serves and beautiful setting. Hinkle, deep breath, swings hard again on the second one. They're going to call that one high. No argument. They'll maintain a 2-shot lead as they rotate. Every 5 points, the players will rotate. No sun advantage for you, no wind advantage for me. 11-9, double clutch. Buddy Hammond side-by-side stance. Steps out to his right on the first serve and swings hard. A little bit of a jam. Hinkle swinging very hard and barely splits the defense. Another big shot and a fist bump from Hinkle.
Right, that did not look like it was possible to get it through them, and he just did. I know that Hinkle watches so much film. I'm sure he watched their finals countless times in these 2 weeks prepping for this.
No, those guys don't lose a lot, and they don't like to lose. And Hinkle, being a massive student of the game, he was probably glued to his laptop on the flight home. Great drop shot here against Marshall, who gets up very quickly. They're discussing if they think he carried that on the way up. It looked pretty clean, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's hard not to carry some of those drop shots.
Right, when you're just coming down, it's hard to get your hand under and get a pop up, but no call from the observer, so it go the other way. So a very clutch point there by Marshall and Hammond to able to bring that together.
Yeah, that was a great drop shot by Murphy, too.
Quick note, I wonder what they're talking about. I know for Marshall, although they had success with it in California, it is hard with the angle he's hitting his serves to hit them low enough.
I like that.
He tried to go with the low drop shot, backspin drop shot, hitting the near side of the net there. He probably just booping this on, and does. Murphy's first pass pretty good. He'll backhand this. Hammond started to run, but not able to get there. Nobody home. Point for double clutch.
That is a new shot for Murphy. I don't think we saw him use that in California at all. And what's really is notable that I believe there's only one touch from Assistive Touch.
Yeah, which is something that they need to get a hold of if they're going to bring themselves back into this game. Oh, the drop shot so close. Yeah, it's cool to see Murphy hit that backhand with his right, but it is very Texas to not swing with your left.
We've not seen the backhand come to play.
Yeah, there it is. For I think the first time in the match, 24 points in. Does not connect, so Hammond will step out right, put this one on with a little bit of pace. Hinkle swinging, an open hand, very smart. Hammond confused as to how he didn't have this angle covered, but amazing shot by Frederick Hinkle.
Assistive Touch seems a little lost out there, not sure what to do. This is just pure poise from double clutch.
Yeah, it's like they did their homework, and they're here at the test, and they know all the answers. Calling that one a little bit high. It's actually, I think, closer than they all think.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was good.
Rahul Murthy crossed up, swings hard again. That one they're calling high as well.
Well, sure, but that one was higher, I think. I'm not saying we have a better perspective just from that angle.
Max Modell wastes no time in calling that one high.
Yeah. Wonder what they said we would have said on the first one.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. Marshall swings hard, and it pockets up on the first one.
No luck so far. He was very explosive 2 weeks ago. Big cuts, big reverse. He's been working on it. Of course, like you said, he's been trying to work on getting it lower because he had some trouble not faulting against Murphy, like we see right there.
Yeah, and that was not very usual suspect type of second serve from them. They usually boop it on. That one's high. They usually boop it on so that they can play defense, but defense hasn't been working out. So maybe that's the conversation they had. We need to hit harder serves because we need to steal a couple of points back. And then all of a sudden Hinkle decides to boop one on.
Yeah.
It's like a role reversal here in the semifinals.
Just keeping them honest a little bit. I think they're all just feeling each other out still. Crazy to be this late in game one where they're still feeling each other out, but I mean, Double Clutch will happily take this game one win.
Buddy Hammond crossed up, stays on one foot and hits a cut. Hinkle has to hit this very high. Hammond gives chase, able to put this one up. Marshall set in stride. Buddy's going to have to try to backhand this. Not able to hit the net, a little bit too far, but a great try from Assistive Touch. And Frederick Hinkle and Rahul Murthy keep rolling.
That was the first time we saw a long shot from Hinkle and Murthy that was defended. Not back, but defended. So it gives Assistive Touch a little bit of hope of, okay, if they do that, we can chase it down. But you see how hard they had to work for that one.
Exactly, and it still came to nothing. Rahul Murthy hits a reverse. Marshall swings with this right hand, and they get a touch on it. These guys are playing very well. I mean, they're in position on defense a lot.
Yeah, they have their two defensive schemes, right? Either Murthy close and Hinkle far, or both at the net and then reacting. I think that really depends on the set, who's hitting, and what to do. And they were really close, but with low hits, sometimes your body touches just go straight into the ground.
Clark Marshall taking a second to think about what shots he should be hitting. On two, Buddy Hammond gets a touch jumping in front of it and then pulls this one up and over. This is the defense that Assistive Touch is going to need. And the crowd loses it for the first good defensive play.
The crowd is excited because that's what they've been waiting for. They came. That's why they love this team. They want that to happen. It finally worked. And that is the textbook Assistive Touch. Touch from Buddy. Marshall taking his time, getting over and giving him a butter set. Hinkle did say, that's me, but it also makes him think, should I still be hitting on two?
Yeah, that's risk reward, and we talked about it 2 weeks ago. Yeah, go ahead and hit on two until it doesn't work, and then I'm going to yell at you.
Quick note between teammates there.
Marshall's second serve, also booped on. Hinkle swinging. They get big. Hammond trying to get there. Somersault looks cool, but does not get you the ball.
Yeah, just missed it, but it's working. I believe, based on how high that hit Marshall, it looked like that was trying to hit it over his head. But with the body of Marshall, if he keeps it upright correctly, he actually can get a body touch on those long shots.
Swing hard. Decided to land on my good shoulder.
Frederick Hinkle just ready to serve, waiting for Hammond to figure it out. Tries to hit a reverse, but it hits the pocket.
It's just mesmerizing, his little shake before he serves. Front, back, front, and it works out.
Hammond tries to get there, and this will be unable to be defended from Assistive Touch.
Now a 3-point lead for Double Clutch. They're just looking very calm. They just take care of business. Yesterday, when you talked to Double Clutch, it's almost like Double Clutch wasn't here yesterday because they just took care of business. There was no drama. It's just Double Clutch 1 and 2, Double Clutch 1 and 2, Double Clutch 1 and 2.
All right, and we've got that shimmy from Frederick before this serve. Remember, we will be giving away a pro set before the end of this game. Be ready for the promo code. Good swing, open hand from Marshall.
Dude, that's the 2 defeats the drop. It's a rocks, paper, scissors. So they're just putting it right back in. It's back in the hands of Buddy Hammond here, who has been practicing so much. He recently moved back to California, but he was living with Marshall in Colorado for a while. And the word is that he was down in the basement practicing serves for hours.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to need to, if I'm going to keep winning, I'm going to need to add a couple of serves into my wheelhouse. They're going to call this one high. Hammond just looks at the observer. Yeah, it was high. Okay. Going to hit a second serve here. Side-by-side stance. We'll look to see him go wide right and drop. Murthy's set. Back at Hinkle, predictable. They're gonna get the touch. Hinkle chasing it down, not able to do anything. This seems like the perfect time to give away a pro set during this replay. We're gonna see Hammond step out to his right, and they get the defensive touch, and then boom, which is appropriate because the promo code for your set is Nationals 2021 Boom. Go use promo code Nationals2021. Boom. The first person to type that in is going to get a pro set. Hammond trying to hit a banger of his,
I know,
of
it
his
went
own
from so exciting to so calm. That's just how the Roundnet experience works. All 400 people here get so excited, and they quiet right down.
Murphy has to use some fancy footwork, and it's a very good shot by him. Good adjustment.
With their height, they are challenged. They can't reach around like Marshall or Riva in the past match. Their footwork has to be immaculate, and it really is. I wish we had an overhead shot so you could see all the micro adjustments they're making.
Yeah, and these guys are two. I mean, there are 4 unbelievably athletic players on the net right now. Hammond's big left-hand touch. Body by Murphy. They're both in the same spot. Scared me for a second. I don't want them to get hit there, but trying to use that soft touch didn't come to fruition that time around.
I almost call it double soft touch here as their team name. It was beautiful. I don't know who. I think I would have sent Murphy there because Hinkle would have had a nice open shot, but again, that's just some team chemistry not working. They both were close. That actually would have been almost game-changing.
Yeah, the last thing you want is to have neither one of you go for it, so then they both go for it. Kind of works out the same way. Marshall, second serve here. Just misses the net again. A lot of groans from the crowd. Maybe the California section next to me.
I don't believe he's hit a first serve on all game, really trying to get his feel here. That one is high. Hinkles agrees, but this is game point. Makes him even closer to getting to this finals.
Our first game point coming to the second serve of Hinkle, who's not scared to swing very hard, even in these clutch moments. Tries to hit that cut just a little bit too high.
But Buddy Hammond has been here before. Semifinals 2 weeks ago, 1920. What did he do?
I mean, Buddy Hammond can double ace. He can double ace. In fact, he changed up the pace on one of his serves on second serve and hit someone with a cut on the open stance. I wouldn't be surprised if he has to go to that again. This is a very crucial point for Hammond and Marshall. They need some defense to stay in this game. The cut was good, but Murphy defends it well. They both get big, but up and over Murphy and double clutch take down game 1 over Hammond and Marshall.
Wow, and just a solid performance from double clutch. They looked poised, ready. Actually didn't do too much crazy. We had a couple big reverse cuts that gave them the lead. I think I'm actually going to say this. The fact that it was 19-20, Clark Marshall did absolutely nothing serving-wise, and they only got a couple defensive touches. I think this is closer than it felt in that game.
Definitely.
I think assistive touch, if they pick it up, which I think they will, but I'm a little nervous for them. I think might see it go the other way next time.
Yeah, they're going to come out with fire burning inside of them. They're going to want more touches for sure. I'm guarantee you they're talking about needing to get more of their first serves on. But yeah, like you said, nothing incredible happened in that match. It was kind of just back and forth, ace here, defense here. We expect the aces from one, we expect the defense from the other. So to really only see a couple of rallies and big serves from, no serves from Marshall, big serves from Murphy, kind of what we expected. It does feel like closer than it. I mean, even closer than 21-19. I know that's about as close as it can get with a victory.
21-19 didn't feel indicative of the game we watched, which was interesting. I also want to note, right, we talked about experience in that last match. Buddy Hammond, right? He's been playing for a long time. When was his last national semifinals? 2014.
Don't remind us.
Right? 2014, right? But like a long time ago.
Yeah.
He is not in this experience yet, right? He's had a lot of finals appearances this year, but right as far as nationals finals, once. Hinkle, never even been in a pro division. Murphy, never even been in a pro division.
True.
Clark Marshall was in one pro division in 2019 and placed T5, so hasn't made the semi. So one person has been in a national semifinals, and that was 7 years ago.
Exactly.
So this is new for all of them, and I think the differences here is double clutch came ready to play. They are poised and ready to just take this. They're all business, and I think if you're a betting man, you pick double clutch 3 seconds in a row, they're bound to get one soon enough.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Buddy Hammond is going to be all over the place. He is not scared to give it his all. And I think we actually have a graphic here that can show you exactly the route that they took as Mike will break it down for you.
Yeah, so as I said, Double Clutch took care of business in pool play. Actually had 2 other Texas teams, and then Hilltop went through, but Hilltop was actually a forfeit as Comodel was injured.
Oh, that was so sad.
It was sad. Send Hilltop some good thoughts and love over there on Instagram. Double Clutch then played Graham Showalter, who was the last seed coming into this pro division, so easy win there. And then they had to play Volley Llamas, who was actually maybe tougher than you would want, but one of the best teams here. And of course, some newcomers to the 2021 and the Tour Series. But working through that, not too big for them and got them into the semifinals. Assistive Touch, a little different. They actually was a 3-way tie in their pool. They lost to Volley Llamas, but they beat Naughty and Foot Oswald. There's a 3-way tie, but because they had the best game differential, they won in 2, they won in 2, and they lost in 3. Best you could possibly do, 2-1. They took that 1 seed out of that pool, out of Pool C, which led them into the 3 seed. Of course, they faced Y-Spike Toxicity, who they handled very well. I heard Luke Mowry just wasn't hitting the serves that people know he can hit, so no problem for them. They then played Outside Smoke, who actually scored an upset on low key, but no problem handling them. That brought them here to this semifinals, which, as I said many times, is a rematch from 2 weeks ago in California, which was an absolute electric match today.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Hammond and Marshall lost in 3 to the young guns of Volley Llamas in pool play. That series was incredible to watch, not only because you saw these young guys and what they are capable of. We got to see them on stream, I believe, as well yesterday. But you know that on the route to get here for Double Clutch, they beat Volley Llamas. And that was, another cool series. Yeah. So some guys that are insane competitors aren't even in this semifinal, and these 2 teams have already faced off against them. 1 won, 1 lost. That's not a good statistic for Hammond and Marshall coming into this game, knowing that you lost to a team that your opponents beat. But on any given day, any team can win. It comes down to a lot of serves, a lot of defense if you're Hammond and Marshall, but they're going to need their serve receive against Murphy to step it up.
Yep. And quick note I will share, if you're looking for that discount code, which I don't know if it's been used. You guys are usually pretty quick. Got to use it on spikeball.com. That's where you get it. Add a pro set to cart. Use the code. That's how you get it. But first, I'm also going to mention quickly about that Volley Llamas game. Volley Llamas beat Assistive Touch in Game 1, 21-16. What did Assistive Touch do in Game 2? Brought it back, 21-16, right? And then Game 3 went extra. So this is not over at all for Assistive Touch. They have the ability to bring it back. And both their semifinals and their finals in California went to 3 games, as did their finals in, I believe, semifinals and finals earlier in the year in Garland, right? So they are not new to having to play 3 games.
No, not at all. Buddy might do it on purpose. I know him so well. He might do it on purpose just so he can play more. He's such a kid.
He's trying to have more fun.
He loves it. He loves this community as well.
Trying to have more fun.
And I don't think anyone loves this community and the sport more than Hinkle and Murphy.
And we're going to throw back out to the field. Ball in the hand of Murphy. You're going to toss it over to Marshall, who's serving first here. Less success and for serving so far in that Game 1. If he can bring it back, I think this will be a very different match.
Yeah, I think he's going to swing extremely hard on some of these first serves. Nothing's going to change just because they've got a game plan and they're going to stick to it.
Again, another first serve miss. I just don't think it's connecting. Again, it is early in the morning, first match of the day, which typically they have time to warm up, but it's just not connecting.
We'll see if they swing on 2. Nope, boops it on. Murphy jumps on his first pass. They know which direction this is going to go. Actually, I changed my mind. He pulled that so far around the right side of Marshall. It was a great point.
Murphy's ability to pull around them, I think that's the scouting report they have. They say we can't hit right into it.
Wow. And here we go. This is what everyone's expecting to see. Frederick Hinkle, ball in his hand, and gets fireworks. He swings so hard again. This bounced 40 feet off the rim. That's how hard he's swinging.
And huge for Double Clutch to just get this extra break they need.
Lines up, shimmy, left hand of Marshall sends it high. Hammond, good set, but Hinkle is there. He's going to be able to get back to the net if this set is good. Has to try to backhand. Great dive and slide by Hinkle, but Point for Assistive Touch.
Yeah, it's very challenging. It's hard to know where you want to set the ball. Do you want to run and hit it forward? Do you want to run and hit it back? That was just a little too far, but I love the chase.
Yeah, definitely the set from Murphy, just a little bit too long. I like when the teams try to hit their teammate in stride so they can at least get the ball on the net, extend the rally, make the other team do the same thing right back at you.
Out of Hammond. Again, not much success himself. No aces, I don't believe, in the first game.
Murphy's left-handed pass. This is coming towards Marshall, who's running it down. Oh, and a bad first touch as he ends up in the bleachers there.
You get a whole from the crowd.
Yeah.
They don't want to see that. It reminds me of a hockey game. Someone gets a fast break and it doesn't break. Not excited. But the crowd, I think, wants to come alive for Assistive Touch. Just haven't had the ability to.
Definitely. I think we hear it, especially from the people close to our booth. We may have more Californians around us, but they would love to see Assistive Touch take down game 2 here, get some more round net. Murphy's first serve moves the net a good couple of inches.
Saying this would be the first time Double Clutch missed the finals if they lose this, so the stats are kind of against that. But again, it would be Assistive Touch first time finished the finals, so you don't know who to bet on here.
No, I think we're getting a win-win either way.
Yeah,
we're getting
exactly.
some incredible round net here.
And of course, the winner moves on to play Rito Boys, who just had a spectacular semis performance.
A great second serve from Marshall, but the serve receive was insane. He gets a touch there. The ball spinning a ton for Hinkle, who's going to put this back towards the net. Murphy swings, and he's upset. He wants that one back. That's an incredible play. What the crowd wants to see. Applause all around.
Yeah, just amazing. They finally get that body to work. A nice set. But that is the classic double clutch D. But you see, the set was just a little off, not able to put it together, all together. But just so impressive. How does he get that body up? And the other thing to note is Hinkle made that set, and he was rotating around. He was ready for the next one.
Yeah, he knew. He immediately knew, and he's always on the move. This left hand, oh, that pocketed to the right. Yeah, these guys, that's what we expected to see. That's what we got a lot of in California, as these guys are running all over the place, making touches, getting those body ups. We got one from each team in that last rally.
Yeah, that drops side pocket, so it's going to go the way of double clutch, but big break there for Assistive Touch as they lost the mini break to make it a full break, and they're back down just by a little bit. This is going to be played.
I like the idea to play that. They do not want to get aced anymore. Frederick Hinkle already has one this game. It happened early, and they do not want him to get on a roll.
I'm also going to note Assistive Touch, maybe you've seen him a couple times this year. They weren't planning on playing nationals. Clark Marshall was planning to play with his partner of 2019, Andrew Card, before Andrew was injured. So this team stepped up, of course, to many people's excitement. Andrew Card here hanging out, cheering everyone on, his former teammate, as well as all the other competitors.
Hammond shaking out those shoulders, side-by-side stance here. Steps out right and drops this on. Murphy's second pass right back at Hinkle.
So that is a redo
yeah,
because Hinkle
I don't know what he's asking for.
So Hinkle hit the ball, but it was after it hit Hammond. Hammond got excited thinking he got the point because it hit Hammond, but it was after it hit Hammond, so it was nothing. And there we have a fault called, and Hammond is not excited about that. His third serve now here.
Drops this on. Does pocket up, but that is good. Hinkle's going to pull this. They saw what was going to happen, not able to rotate around fast enough, as Hammond had to avoid Hinkle, who had a great pull shot there.
Yeah, just that footwork we've seen coming out. Moved all the way around the net. You saw Hammond and Marshall just at the net, and he said, move out of the way, I'm putting it past him.
Oh, that is an amazing banger of a serve there.
Oh. Going to the observers, they're going to talk about it real quick, but I'm going to say good or not, that just looked amazing.
Yeah, I think I don't think they're asking for something. I think they're begging for a rim call.
Yeah, they are hoping it's a rim, and they redo it.
I will say it was loud. I heard it through the headphones. However, it looked good.
Sometimes too close to call. Looked good, sounded bad. You don't know what to do. Redo.
Guess
fair.
that's why we get a redo.
Yeah. Everyone in the crowd will have their opinions. Will be booing or clapping either way.
Deciding if it's first serve or second serve.
It is now his first serve.
Crossed up stance. We'll see if he steps out. hits a reverse there. Hammond has to get this second one close. Marshall boots this on, and they actually get away with it. I think they stole one there.
They absolutely stole one there. Because diving over the net, not exactly what you want. They're asking for a carry. They say clean. Let's take a look at that. Just able to fully dive and dink it on. And Murphy, I don't think was ready. He was ready for the rip, as well as he was kind of boxed out. Marshall's a big guy.
And good call. It looked like on the replay, it looked pretty clean.
Yeah.
Good no call there. Ooh, a good serve from Marshall, but Murphy unfazed, and then puts it right into the body of Hammond. Great job by Murphy, textbook.
Yeah, classic. It's good to see Marshall finally getting a first serve on. Hammond realized there that he needed to lean back more. It came into his chest, came straight back. He immediately realized he's got to move back. That's what Murphy does so well. It's what Marshall does so well. When Hammond Hinkle says good call, happy about that. Hammond is upset by it. Of course, that are the rules. It's up to the observer's discretion.
Yeah, and they're bummed because the serve receive was pretty good.
Yeah.
On a reverse cut. This goes straight up in the air. They call it high. I hate when they do that because if it's close, they're going to give
Terrifying,
up.
Right?
Gonna give up a point. And you've got a guy who's already hit an ace this game. Swinging hard. Does it again. They'll play this one. Hammond set right at Clark Marshall.
Very close on that touch was Murphy. They're just again looking. Poised is the word. They're looking like they're the best team here. They're ready to be in the finals. They play against Rio Boys, a team they beat twice this year.
Hammond, deep breath, steps out right. On the first serve. Hits this one high. Onto his frustration.
I see a lot of frustration coming out from Assistive Touch, not just because of that carry call, but things are just not working for them.
He'll boop this one. Murphy hitting from across the net. They know where this is going to go. They're both close, but again, Murphy's hitting too good right now.
Murphy's hitting is the X factor right now. Every time it looks like he's going to get dug, and he just puts it all the way around them. I don't know what adjustment you make if you're Hammond and Marshall.
I think it just speaks volumes of the work they put in. It doesn't matter if you're there on defense. No, that one's rimmy. That one's rimmy. Murphy's nodding it off.
Quick tosses back and forth. They're very particular about the balls they like. I know a lot of players prefer older balls. Nice reverse coming out.
Open hand swing, avoiding the no-hit zone. Good job by Hammond, making the athletic move to get the point there. But they're working for these points.
They're making them work. They both challenge so hard on D that the hitting has to be immaculate, and it has for the most part. Our double clutch just able to maintain this lead they have. And that's so challenging.
Wow.
I mean, lefty on two?
But no, just over the shoulder, casual.
Beautiful.
These guys are having fun out here. The only time Clark Marshall hit an unbelievably good first serve, it was returned so easily and so well.
It's got to be getting into their head.
Oh, this was a great cut serve by Hinkle. Marshall's got a swing.
And a rim. A rim hit by Marshall.
Yeah, and it
so
looks like they're
another
gonna take
play.
a timeout. Yeah.
Wow, a timeout called by Assistive Touch. Oh, it was actually a no-hit zone violation. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That was the timeout call. I was I was confusing the no-hit zone and the timeout. We're back.
I didn't know that was the universal signal for timeout.
I don't know, but that's what they used. So it might not be. Wait.
Yeah, I think that's smart timeout.
Yeah.
You're down the biggest margin so far in the game. Reset. I mean, but Murphy and Hinkle, they're just playing consistent.
Yeah, it's not as close as you had expected, right?
No, not at all. I mean, we came out expecting Hammond to be flying all over the place, and it's hard to fly all over the place when we're not getting touches on the ball.
No. Like, the X factor is their serve receiving and their hitting. I do want to say Assistive Touch has not been hitting great serves, but when they do, they are handled. But the X factor is the hitting from Hinkle and Murphy, which all stems from the setting, right? They get those good touches, they get the setting, and they get the hitting. and they've just been so good.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't thank all of you enough for being here. Let's hype it up in chat. Hype it up in chat. Show your love. Hey, show some love to Andrew Gassaway, who's behind this right here. Show your love to all the players who are competing right now. We just hit like 650 viewers on Twitch. We have another 400 here. We probably have over 1,000 people watching this right this second. So hype it up. Oh, and wow. We've got Hammond and Marshall coming back, showing
of the
some
hype,
skin.
Speaking of the hype, guys, thank you for joining us. We just are happy to be able to bring you this through our lens. It's this crazy day that is Nationals 2021. Thank you for being here. Let us know who you got in here. Do you think Assistive Touch will bring it back? With the no shirts, I think they might. That might be the difference maker.
I've actually never seen Hammond wear a jersey for so long as he did just this morning. Wow, Hinkle hit that so hard. It was almost impeccable.
I was thinking something was different with Assistive Touch today. I didn't realize what it was. Now I know.
Yeah, not enough skin.
Now I know. These are their jerseys.
Yeah,
exactly. That was something fake. These are their jerseys.
Hammond steps out wide right. I don't know what that serve actually was. Didn't look amazing. Hinkle crouches down, takes a step. Easy receive, walks casually to the net and puts that into the body of Hammond, but he hits the net, and the crowd losing it as Hammond is getting amped up. This is where he thrives.
I had to say there might be a crowd favorite when they get excited about hitting the net.
Yeah, agree. We are of course we are unbiased here at the table. However, the crowd losing it as Hammond steps over to serve again. Hits a little bit of a cut. Murphy has to get a big hit in there. Doesn't matter. Marshall not quite in the right spot. Good hit by Murphy to pull it.
Yeah, Assistive Touch brought it back, still down 2. But again, just we talked about, Murphy's hitting. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
His percentage on putting it away right now has got to be high. He steps out wide left.
With Roundnet Analytics Worldwide, our breakdowns, we call those Muscle Beach. He just puts it past you, no matter where it is.
Swings hard on the second one. That one goes a little bit too high. A cheer from Hammond as he knows how scary it is to receive serves from these guys.
Back to Marshall. Might be re-energized now that he's got the sun on his skin. Maybe solar powered.
Yeah, tried to hit a cut there. Just missed the left side of the net. Hinkle in the shades, looking to receive. A drop shot. Puts this one up high, swinging with his right hand and pulls it just past Hammond.
And that didn't look clean off the start, but they recover and pull it right past. And even with the no-hit zone, it's so challenging to get touches that even 2 of the game's best can't do it.
Yeah, a lot of heat on these serves from Frederick Hinkle. He will never shy away from that. You saw they lost on 2 huge serves. That cut serve was great. Backhand from Marshall, switching it up a little bit.
Clean.
Froze Murphy.
Clean. That's Clark Marshall. I tout him as one of the smoothest players in the game, and that was just a textbook. The serve was good, popped it right up, and just pushed it right past him.
Yeah, everyone at home, start taking notes from all of 4 of these guys. Hammond steps out wide right. Swings hard on that one, right into the front of the rim. We're going to get a second serve that's probably booped. See if these guys can start playing a little bit more defense. They know where this ball is going. They got a hand on it, but not able to react quick enough over the head of Marshall.
That looked good. That's what happened before is whenever it was an off-the-net set, right, obviously you can line up, and that was one, and it didn't convert. That's one that they would want back. They knew where he was hitting that.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's what makes or breaks a lot of their games. Is sure, they can get the touches, but does it go up into a position where your teammate can hit it back towards the net? And it's not happening there, and they need it to start connecting. I think that
Going to observers saying that Hammond ducked down. We'll see what they say here.
I mean, the serve itself looked pretty good. It looked like he had just faked out Hammond.
It's a redo there, so that'll be another first serve. Very too close to call sometimes, but he ripped that one, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It looked like he faked out Hammond like he was going to drop it.
I believe Murphy is a former tennis player. Of course, I believe a current Texas A&M student.
Murphy crossed up on one foot, hits a reverse. Good first pass by Hammond, who sneaks this just to the right of Murphy, who looks a little bit dazed from that.
Feel like I could have had it, but they're staying in it on to the next point. Again, so only down 1, right? They need to get a break to tie it up and send it to extras potentially.
Find another good serve, but easy receive from Hinkle. They put this one up high.
A little late to it is Marshall, but again, just so solid with all aspects of the game as double clutch.
Yeah, they're not messing up a lot, and that was a big problem for them in Mission Viejo. And then Marshall puts his hand a little bit too high. This dies off the hand low. Another point for double clutch.
Frederick Hinkle coming alive, bringing his energy, ready to rip this next one. Goes for a reverse.
It's a dangerous spot for Hinkle to be. He starts feeling himself.
Yep.
He'll hit a couple of these serves on in a row.
He loves the momentum.
Great drop shot. Defended well. They hit on 2. This goes very high. Murphy gives a valiant second effort, but can't quite get there.
Not really that close, but I love the effort. They want to put this one away and secure themselves a spot in this national finals, which I am sure they have been focusing on all year, maybe even all of last year. Just saying, we want to be here and put our place in history. To note, we have only had 6 players win this national champion, and we actually have had 3 in a row. The defending national champs are here, so we're going to have a new national champion, and they want to make sure it is their names on the trophy.
How could you not? You know how hard they work. How could you not root for him? Hinkle swinging with his right hand. Very smart play. Didn't look like he had a lot of room this direction, but Hammond can't get there.
That might have been the cleanest hit I've ever seen. We don't have a replay here for it coming, but he jumped through and hit it and didn't hit himself and landed outside?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Avoiding the no-hit zone and using... Oh, no. Rahul Murthy.
Oh, my God.
These guys are fired up. This looks like a team that wants to win more than anybody.
Yeah, they just came to play. They just came to play. And it's all coming together for them.
Murthy hits another reverse.
Reverse with a carry call. 18-13.
Wow. And the service line speaks again for double clutch. These guys look awesome right now. I mean, just flawless.
I think the biggest thing is Assistive Touch is just defeated. Nothing has been going their way. Double clutch is not giving them an inch.
Murphy. These guys may play this. Nope.
They do not. He was pretty far away, 15 feet off the net there, so don't want to have to bring it back.
And then giving Murphy another opportunity to ace them. Goes for a drop, which I love against the guy that we talked about. Has trouble getting down for the drop and back up for the hit. I mean, he's huge.
So down 4 now. Of course, right, they need 4 breaks in the next 3 serving opportunities max to get it going, which is near impossible based on what we've seen from them earlier. Marshall frustrated that his serves are not landing legally.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if we're going to see him swing really hard on this, if they're going to ditch the usual. They do not. Murphy across the net, going to pull this one. Hammond chasing it down, gets a hand on it. Marshall's going to have to set this to the net, and he does. Hammond's left hand doesn't get it there. Great try by Assistive Touch. Those are the points that they're going to need if they want to bring this one back.
Yeah, it just feels like a last-ditch effort, too little, too late, and you see how hard they're working to get just 1 break on double clutch. They're near unbreakable.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter how hard they work right now. The poise and the confidence from double clutch has put a force field around the net. These guys, I mean, they've got their work cut out for them, but you need 7 points. I mean, you need at least 5 of the next points to stay in this.
And 2 more serving opportunities.
If you get one.
Yep. But Hinkle, I love this. Up 5, he does not take any gas. Any gas on anything off the gas. All gas, no brakes, just ripping it through.
And then he may have hit it at Hammond's foot on purpose.
We got a rim call. And, they are correcting the score. But we had to correct the scoreboard off. Shout out to the scoreboard manager here. Make sure the crowd knows what's going on. But this is maybe the last serve opportunity for Hammond in this match.
Those serves in the basement need to come out to play right now. It's as good a time as any. Here in the semifinal, he hits a reverse that does bounce high.
It moves so much. He's so excited.
I think he was just excited that it worked.
Yeah.
And forgot that it was too high.
Yeah. Hey, but back in the day when he was playing, it was your outstretched hand. Legal. So much less to work with here. I think we're just going to see the drop. It hasn't been working, but that is their bread and butter.
Yeah, Hinkle is probably just going to hammer this one home. And they get a touch, however. There's so much spin on that. They're not able to put it away.
That's going to be a redo, as the reason it hit Marshall is because he was avoiding Hinkle in the no-hit zone. That is what I believe will happen. I think it's at least going to talk to the observers. The observers
Hammond
talking.
just said the rules were different 9 years ago.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure. But that is frustrating because they did get the touch there. It's hard that they did get another one. They're talking, of course, so we have the same as the game before, Ben Dantowitz and Max Modell, but in source Ryan Fitzgerald had swapped out for Dan Abrams. They're going to redo it, which I believe is the correct case. That is very different than, there's no way that they would have gotten that point, I don't believe, especially with where the hit went. But a redo is better than a loss of point. It's just a very challenging situation sometimes with the no-hit zone.
Yeah, but that's 2 rallies where they were able to potentially get a defensive break. High pass from Hinkle, who swings incredibly hard. And they're both in the right position. It just dies off of Marshall's hand.
Talk about a clutch set and hit by Murphy and Hinkle. Just unbelievable. And miscommunication by Assistive Touch.
We got our
1
first match
point away.
Our first match point. Double Clutch has done everything right this series so far. They would have to screw up royally in order to throw this one away.
I think we're just going to see a reverse right here. Send it home.
I mean, they've got
similar to Rivalry to Nair in the other semifinals.
More than 3 chances at it, and he goes for a left hand. They will play this. Marshall swings big right, and that one bounces off the knee of Murphy. Now, Clark Marshall, who has not gotten everything done from the service line yet so far, has a couple of opportunities to send this one into extras, and it's going to take a lot of defense or no touches from Murphy and Hinkle. Clark Marshall swings hard. That one goes up off the rim.
Surprised we didn't see a crazy hit on 2 there from Hinkle. Established dominance, but he's not messing around today.
No,
Different tournament? Yep, not today.
Swings hard again and pockets up. That will end it. I'm shocked to see them ditch it, but we have our finals competitors locked up. Double Clutch will be moving on to face the Rito boys here in the 2021 Spikeball Roundnet Nationals here at the Proving Grounds in Philadelphia.
I am absolutely ecstatic for the match we have coming up. I think we have an unstoppable, what is it, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object,
Yeah.
right? Rito boys was ace and break galore in their match, right? They won 21-10,
21-10,
right?
Wild.
Double Clutch, what did they get broken twice, 3 times in that whole thing? I don't know where that's going to go.
They just maintained. Look, I think I said it once already. They did nothing wrong at all. When they had opportunities, they converted, which they struggled with in California. They come out here, no problems whatsoever. They've been rolling all day yesterday. Today, they pick up where they left off. I mean, they earned it.
Yeah.
They earned their spot in this national
really
final.
did.
They work so hard year round, 2 years round, and our third place match will be underway very soon, but I am pumped to see Double Clutch versus Rito boys in the final.
Yeah, of course, this has been Mike White alongside Bryce Clifford. So excited to be casting for you today and just taking you into this Roundnet world that we love. We will be back again in 5 to 10 minutes.
Don't go anywhere.